What's going on, guys? Victor here. So we're starting the video off with a big old giveaway. Mustad recently came out with all these different kinds of kits. You got like a tautog blackfish kit, you got a deep jigging kit, a bucktail kit, and they're actually all on sale for like an insane price. So I'm giving away all of this to one lucky person. All you guys got to do to enter in this video, comment below, save 20% off code Landshark. And that's actually true. You guys can always save 20% off all Mustad and Toughline products. Just use my code Landshark. One lucky person is getting all this stuff, and it's a lot of good stuff. You got big jigs, hooks, tautog jig heads. You got some braid, bucktails. Love these things. So hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Good luck, and I'll announce the winner in the very next video.
Oh my goodness. Oh wow, the boys come. Let's see if we can get triple.
Oh, God, almost was a triple. Oh,
oh my God.
Oh my God. Woo. Oh bro, it just came off right there.
Really?
Look at the size of these vermilions right here. Look at this. Studs. They're all like 2-3 pound vermies.
Bigger than that.
Way off the wreck. Chief probably got like a 4-pounder. We got Chief hooked up too.
Maybe I got a double.
A double.
Maybe Chief's got a daily double here, as they say.
I think you do have a double.
Oh my God, no, that's just a giant.
Yeah, you got one big one.
That's a queen snapper.
Every single time they come up, they look like a queen snapper.
They do.
Oh my goodness.
You got me.
Wow.
Those are the big
studs. Vermilions are usually pretty deep water fish. Like we were fishing for them in 330, 350 earlier. We're in 140. The tropical storm or hurricane Isaias, I don't remember whatever the name was, must have blown them all in because we're catching absolute stud vermilions.
He's got himself a sharpnose shark. You know him. That ain't no shark, boy.
It's a mutton.
That's a vermilion.
Oh, no, it's a vermilion.
What?
It's a giant vermilion.
Oh my God.
Oh, he's hooked in the eye.
Oh my God. Unreal. Caught him out here lurking in the sand.
Yeah. That's a beauty there. Gosh.
It's the day of giant vermilions.
Yes,
Picking
sir.
at him. That's a beauty. Out here in the depth.
That's a beauty.
No, I got a giant here. They literally feel like muttons, Chief.
I know.
Sliding on my chicken rig. What's the deal? Wow. Wow. Unreal.
Units.
Oh my
Wow.
God, dude. Look at this.
Monsters.
Look at the size of that Vermilion snapper. You don't see that every day. Look how little their head is compared to the rest of their body. It's funny. You don't see that. You do not see that every day. You really don't.
It's a runner. Whoa, and an exotic. Look at that thing.
What is that?
Huh?
Is that something of a wrasse or grouper?
Yeah, it's a wrasse. It's a.
Oh my gosh, this is the slimiest thing I've ever
they're
felt.
slimy. Yeah, they're not comies. I forget the name of them.
Adam, you gotta feel this thing before it goes back down. Look at that thing.
Yeah.
That's top 10 slimiest fish I've ever felt, easily. So anytime after a hurricane, there's a ton of these things out here. These are Atlantic sharpnose sharks. We actually already have one in the cooler, so we're gonna release this guy, but they got no size limit. They are very prevalent, especially after a hurricane and you get that cold water, but absolutely delicious. I've eaten them before. Honestly, one of my favorite fish to eat. There's no shortage of them out here. See ya.
We're trying to chicken rig today, and when there's cold water on bottom or cold water in period, it's just so hard to do it because I don't know where they come. Where do they come from, Chief? It's every time there's cold water, we catch a dozen of those sharks a day. You could sit out here and catch a cooler full of them. I mean, like Victor said, they're good to eat. I've eaten them. You gotta grill them though.
Chief, we still had a good day. We appreciate you for taking us out.
Yes, sir. We tried. No live bait makes it tough.
Yeah.
You gotta have the wigglers.
Are we headed in?
Yeah.
I really lost my zeal today, boys.
Yeah, it was a grind today. We did get a bunch of really nice big vermilions, couple sharks, couple kingfish, bonitas. So sorry about not having too much action for you guys and talking, but it's Every time we try to film something, didn't really work out. So check it out. We got some vermies, which have been gutted. Chief is gonna take these to the market, and then the boys, Adam and I, took some home. Adam's got his little bag of red snapper and vermilion, and I know you, and I'm gonna fillet up 3 little fish for you guys real quick. First, starting with this little kingfish. This is like the absolute perfect eating size king. When they're small like this, they're not as oily, and they don't have that like real gray meat, which scares a lot of people when it comes to kingfish. So we'll do a little bit of that action. Come around here. Get on this side. I don't know about you guys, but every time I fillet, I kind of try to
mix it up.
Yeah, mix it up. Do a little different action. Kind of change your methodology. So this time I went on the top and bottom.
Really gets you through the day.
And we'll do a little bit of this.
That's the thing.
Voila! Oh, just stuck right there. Look at that. There ain't no meat missing on that king. Kind of cool to see. Trying to make these videos entertaining for you guys because we didn't have that much action offshore, but look at this. This is like a barely keeper king. And it's actually a lady. That's all roe. That's all fish eggs. Even at this size, they reproduce.
It's catfish food now, baby.
Check it out. Even, oh my gosh, your catfish infestation might be worse than Brooks.
I'm about to have to get a TikTok here. You know me.
Wow.
Wow. Catfish are congregating.
You guys can enjoy Adam's commentary today. So there's the kingfish, which is gonna set them there for now. I wanna show you guys all 3 fillets side by side. Kingfish, now let's do a little.
You grab the kingfish with it.
Vermilion. These are nice vermilions. Like, these are some solid vermilions. Tropical storm in the cold water had them messed up. We didn't really find them solid. Like, there was obviously a big bunch of them there, but like, we never really got more than 1 or 2 adrift, you know? We'd have 1 drift and that'd be the end of it. So it's just like all snapper, they have real thick scales, so I kind of go into the scales. Oh, look at that, Dexter.
Sliding.
Just like it should. So, if you guys are wondering, all the knives you guys see me and Brooke use, and actually Adam for moving weight, these are all Dexter's, made in USA, and you guys can actually save 20% off. Use code Landshark. I'll have it linked below. This is a 7-inch narrow fillet. Makes very nice, quick work of your fish. No meat left there. So there's our vermilion snapper. And then this, what I used on the kingfish, this is an 8-inch sport fish. I like this knife a lot for kings. And as you guys see, a really important thing, sharks are delicious, believe it or not. Despite they get a bad rap and they're kind of intimidating to eat. But the #1 thing you gotta do when taking a shark home is, even now I can still smell hints of ammonia. You smell it, right?
Yeah, the heat.
Sharks excrete toxins and they basically urinate out of their skin. So as soon as you catch them, you need to gut them, you need to bleed them, and you need to kill them right away. Otherwise, all that bad, foul smelling stuff is gonna seep into the skin. So that's why you guys see this shark is gutted. And if I remember correctly, these guys have very thick skin. Let's see.
Very sandpaper.
Yeah, it really is like sandpaper. Even with a sharp knife, you gotta give it some muscle. And I'm excited to show you guys. They have some very.
It's really white, dense meat.
Really white, dense meat. And they don't have bones, so they have cartilage. So you approach it like you would a normal fish, but you don't actually feel like a skeleton in there. It's kind of odd.
Look at that. Unreal.
Like butter.
You wouldn't know what that is if that was skinned up.
No, you wouldn't. So here we have our sharp nose. So see, this is what I mean is, you guys can see it's not like a skeleton. I mean, this looks Looks like a backbone, but it's not hard like a normal fish. But look at that. Beautiful fillets.
Look at the shark.
I'll tell you
the
right now,
fish.
the shark is the whitest fish by far. And it's gonna be the best tasting, guarantee it.
He ain't lying.
Oh, hold on, we never gave you a shout out, son. I completely forgot to give Adam a shout out. So this is Adam from
Moving Weight Fishing, boys. I'm sure you guys have seen me from some of Victor's previous videos, the mackerel one that blew up, and we've done a bunch of stuff, but.
I mean, today wasn't a bad day, but it was definitely a slow day, and after the tropical storm, things can get a little iffy, but go ahead and check out Adam's channel linked below. Moving Weight, Slayer. We got kingfish on the plate, we got shark, and we have snapper, all on the same cast iron. So everyone's gonna get to taste a little bit of each and determine their favorite. We've had all three of these fish before, and I mean, fresh fish is fresh fish. The only seasonings you need are garlic powder, of course, and it's important to put your tomatoes and onions on so everything gets seasoned at the same time. And so these are cast iron skillets. When I first met Brooke, you guys have probably heard this spiel a bunch of times, but this is the way that her family always cooked fish. One of the ways, and it's seriously one of my favorite ways to cook fish. And we've been cooking this way a lot lately, especially because, you know, it's something that we're familiar with. And when you get home from a long day fishing, like I've been up since 4:30 today, I didn't want to think of any recipes. And we usually have this stuff in stock, so it's definitely a go-to for us in terms of fish. So I have tomatoes and onions cut up in there. I put in just enough olive oil in the bottom of the cast iron in order for the entire bottom to be covered, but just enough. You don't want it to be swimming in there. All of them have pepper, salt, garlic powder, and paprika. Just white wine. This is Chardonnay right here. I don't like to pour it on the fish because if you pour it on the fish, then you're gonna just drown out your seasonings. I like to put a decent amount of wine because a lot of that wine is gonna cook out and you're not gonna get that raw wine flavor. Last but not least, we just put a little butter on top of our fish. And this is just one stick of butter divided between 6 pans, so it's really not that much. The cast iron is really nice because when you take the fish off the table, it's gonna retain all that heat, and you gotta do a lot of juice, otherwise they will burn. And that juice becomes so good. It's always a little bit different depending on the thickness of your fish, but aim for like 10 to 15 minutes.
So we have 3 different types of fish on our plate. Victor kind of forgot where he put everything, but from what I think I think it was shark, snapper, kingfish. And honestly, they all tasted so similar. It was hard to taste the difference between them. They were all delicious. I couldn't tell you one tasted better than the other because they all tasted great. Everything stayed so hot on this pan. That was another thing that we're trying to eat it and trying to tell the difference of flavors, and everything was so hot. But we've always been making this dish. It's amazing every single time we make it. Delicious.
I love these pans because I love eating my fish hot. So I'm always happy about being served fish on these cast iron skillets. I carefully went from shark to kingfish to snapper. And I did that bite by bite by bite. And I thought I was going to say first, second, and third. And I'm not. They were all good. And I'm not going to say one was better than the other. They were cooked together the same way. They were all, and that's I think what this channel is all about, is breaking these rules that people have in their heads. I carefully ate shark, then kingfish, then snapper, and I swear, bite after bite after bite, I couldn't put one ahead of the other. They were just all good.
I can't tell one thing from the other. They're all white and flaky and beautiful, and they all taste delicious.
So we were on a commercial vessel today, right? Chief's a commercial fisherman, part-time, and they catch everything. Grouper, snapper, kingfish, dolphin, tuna, you name it. And it's really funny to put 3 fish of completely different market value on the plate. Your snapper's your number one. You probably get up to $5 a pound for those things. Shark, to my knowledge, doesn't have any value. At least Chief didn't say it because he didn't even want to keep them.
Well, probably that kind of shark.
That kind of shark, at least. And then Kingfish is half of the value of a snapper. And I'm not saying that all kingfish are created equal. This was a small kingfish, but it's just funny and goes to show you 3 completely different fish, all delicious, all while served fresh, swimming less than 6 hours ago. You really couldn't tell the difference. You have no idea what's going on behind the scenes. Brooke wakes up at 7 a.m. every day and doesn't stop working till 11 p.m. on these lobster nets. Thank you from Brooke and I to everyone who has bought a net. And if she hasn't got back to you, trust me, she's got hundreds of emails to go through, and it's not because she doesn't want to, it's just really overwhelming. I don't think anybody anticipated as to how many orders we were gonna get, which is awesome. Brooke is seriously hustling, killing it, babe. I wanna thank you guys so much for watching, for making this possible, and for letting us live our dreams. And a couple people recently asked me, what do you guys do for a living other than YouTube? This is it. This is literally it, and it's thanks to you guys.
Lobster nets.
And sell lobster nets part-time. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.